Hi there! In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the fill tools in Anime Studio. Tutorial! Now as you can see, we are not able to use the fill tools right now because we first need to draw something for that. So let's do that. I'll take the draw shape tool and I choose a color, green, and I'll just draw a square right here. So now you see that the fill tools are becoming available. So let's start with the first one. The first one is the select shape tool, and with the select shape tool you can click on the object and you can just change the color to like blue or whatever, and you can change the line width also to let's say 2, and then the strokes are getting a little bit smaller. So that's the select shape tool. And then you have the create shape tool, which is basically kind of the same as the select shape tool. You can select the object and then change everything about it. But one thing that is also different is that if you can also select just a few points of the object. And one thing that I find very useful on this object is if I take, for instance, the draw shape tool and I draw a shape without the fill and the stroke right here, and I'll just draw a oval, and then I'll draw a second oval surround this one. Then I go back to the create shape tool and I select the object. You see only this is selected, and then I click on create shape, and then you see it has a hole inside of it. So this is very useful if you would want to draw a ring or something, or anything that has a hole inside of it. So that's where it's very useful for. Now I'm going to take the paint bucket tool, and with the paint bucket tool you can just fill any object. You can, for instance, fill this hole right here, but you can also, if you just draw a shape without a fill or a stroke, and you take the paint bucket tool and you click on it, you have created a object. What you can also do is, when you have to draw a object like an oval and you draw two objects where you cross them both, and you take the create shape or the paint bucket tool and you click here, and then you've created a shape with a hole inside of it. And then if I go to select inverse, I click on delete, you delete everything right here, yeah, and everything here, but that doesn't really matter. So you can use this if you want to create a object like this or anything else. So now let's go to the delete shape tool, and this basically deletes shapes. So it deletes the fill, the color, and the line, but it doesn't delete the whole object. You can just give it a different color and different stroke, so the object itself won't be removed. So let's go back. Now I'm going to take the line width tool, and with line width tool I zoom in first for this. With the line width tool you can basically make the lines thicker or thinner. So if I just select one point, for instance right here, and I hold my mouse and I move it to the right, you see that the line surround this point becomes thicker. But you can also select the whole object and then you do the same thing, and then it becomes thicker or thinner, whatever you want. Then you have the hide edge tool, and with the hide edge tool you can basically make lines invisible between certain points. You don't really remove it, you just make it invisible. So that could be a very useful tool also. Then I'll take the stroke exposure tool, and this is basically the same as the hide edge tool. It removes, as you can see, it makes the lines invisible but in a different way. So this can also be very helpful. Finally we have the last tool, which is the curve profile tool, and for this I'm going to make a new object. What I do, I just draw a oval right here, like this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the add point tool and I'm going to make an object on the same layer, like this, just simple holes. So then what I do, I select this object and then I go to the curve profile tool and I basically just click on this object, and what you see is that these forms have been on the stroke of the object. So this is very useful if you want to create a object with these kind of little forms or whatever. Let's say you would draw a cloud, you can use this, and this will save you a lot of time, of course, because otherwise you had to do it with the add point tool and you have to draw everything very detailed, so that will take a lot of time. But this makes it very easy, and you can change the numbers of objects that you want to see in it. You can change it to 5, it create less and they become bigger, but you can put it to, like, let's say 25, and then they become smaller. So you can play around with that and see what you can make of it. So that's the end of this tutorial. I hope you guys learned a lot about this, and I hope to see you in the next video. If you like this video and you want to learn more about Anime Studio, then please subscribe to this channel. I put weekly tutorials on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. I also make animations myself. I upload them within 1 or 2 months, so if you're interested, you can watch those too. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.